So a while back, a company named Maono reached out to me and asked me to review one of their lavalier microphones. And of course, I'm always looking for new gear. So I agreed, and they sent it over to me, and I took a look at it. I reviewed it. I loved it. Sounded great, great functionality. Overall, very happy. And apparently, they were happy with my review as well. So they reached out to me again here recently and asked if I would review their USB condenser microphone. And I'm really, really happy with this microphone, and I'm stoked to share it with you guys. I'm actually using it right now. You can see it right here. And everything that you'll hear in this video is me talking into it. So overall, the sound quality on this thing is amazing. Later on in the video, I'm going to mention I've actually recorded all of this. I always do my intros and outros last. That's just how I like to do things. So in the video, I'll mention that that this actually rivals the $150 setup that I've been using for months now. And that's not me just trying to hype this thing up. It's the truth. So the microphone I've been using is an Audio-Technica AT2020. Of course, those run about $100, and then you need a phantom power supply. Those will run you 20 or 30 or 40 bucks, and you need a cable, and you need all of this stuff to make it work. So everything said and done, you're probably in 160, 170 bucks. And this right now, last time I saw on Amazon, was like $62 or something. Everything's said and done, and I honestly think it sounds just as good, and there's less headache to deal with. So I think that's enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Maono USB condenser microphone. Okay, so first things first, you're going to get a foam windscreen that covers the microphone in case you're hand holding it or something like that, and the microphone's not going to be stationary. After that, we'll get an additional windscreen that we can actually clamp on to the scissor stand for the microphone. It's very flexible, very easy to hook up, and actually has 2 layers of material for a little extra protection from plosives when you're too close to the microphone. Of course, next we will need some way to hold the microphone onto the stand. We're going to use a shock mount for that. This one's actually really great. Of course, it's spring-loaded and is adjustable, that sort of thing. Pretty standard, but I really do like the aesthetic with the all black on this one. Of course, with this being a USB microphone, you're going to need a USB cable. This does come with one, and it's about 3 meters or 10 feet long, so you have lots of flexibility on the placement of your microphone. Like I mentioned, it does have a scissor stand as well, and this scissor stand, while it's fairly typical, it's got some things on it that my existing scissor stand doesn't have, like some additional thumb screws and points of adjustability and locking things in. And I really do like that they put the extra time and effort into making sure that it's got all of those little additional features. And of course, here's what we're here for. It's the Maono condenser USB microphone. Again, it looks good and it sounds good. Something to keep in mind, though, is that it is a directional microphone. So you will want to talk into the side that has the Maono written on it. Otherwise, you're going to get something like this. This is talking into the front of the microphone. This is talking into the back of the microphone. This is talking into the top of the microphone. So let's talk setup. This is actually really, really easy. It's got a vise style clamp that hooks onto your desk. And of course, right above that, there is a spot where there's a thumb screw so you can lock everything in once you've got it set up where you want it. And this is one thing that my existing one doesn't have, and I'm really glad that this one does have. On the other end of that scissor stand, of course, there's a spot to hook up the shock mount, and it's also got a thumb screw on the opposite side where my hand is here. And again, this is something that my existing one doesn't have that I'm really, really happy that this one does. It gives a lot of extra flexibility in using the whole thing without having to bring out some tools. I really like what they've done here. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, that shock mount is spring-loaded, so you just squeeze the 2 handles, drop your microphone in, don't drop it, but you know what I mean, set it in there, let go of the handles, and you're done. So here we can see how to hook up that additional pop filter. It just screws right onto the scissor stand, and that gooseneck that it's got on it is super flexible, but locks itself into place really well, so you get flexibility and peace of mind knowing it's not going to move unless you move it. And of course, this is a USB microphone, so we need to plug in the USB cable into the bottom of the microphone. And then, of course, we've got to hook it up to the computer. So we'll plug it into the back of our motherboard there, and that's it. That's how easy it is to set up this microphone. Okay, guys, like I said, great microphone, easy to set up, very intuitive, looks good, sounds good. I don't know what else I can say about it. I guess I could go into technical things like it's got a flat frequency response from 30 hertz all the way up to 16,000 hertz, and that sort of thing. But from my experience, my audience isn't super interested in all of the tech specs. They want to know, does it work and does it sound good? And yes, it works, and yes, it sounds really good. So if you're in the market for a new microphone, definitely check this out. Again, this is a full studio kit. You get the scissor arm, the foam covers, the pop filters, of course, the microphone, the cable, the shock mount. You get everything that you're going to need in order to get your sound quality game up a little bit without spending a ton of money. So definitely check this out. If you want to pick one of these up, there will be an Amazon affiliate link in the description down below. So definitely check that out. There will also be other ways that you can help support the channel with links down there as well. So I think that's it. I think that covers everything I wanted to cover about this really great microphone. So if you got questions, comments, ideas, anything like that, definitely leave those in the comment section down below. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up like I always do. Thanks for your time. I always appreciate your support, and I'll talk to you in the next video.